What is up, family? Much love. Thank you guys for checking this video out. Not really sure exactly what I'm gonna say, so if you like one of those videos where it's not too directed towards something, it's just to listen to and kind of relate to, this is your video to watch. Not all my videos will be like this, but what's important is I noticed as an artist trying to progress that it can be difficult sometimes to allow external forces to dictate your actions and your what you're doing. And I've kind of noticed that besides all this kind of stuff that's going on externally from me that's causing internal stress, that all I can really do is not force anything and just try to be the observer of what's going on. Because unfortunately, me personally, and plus the whole world obviously, there's just so much stress, so much stuff going on. And right now, for me, it's something dealing with my pet, as well as just some family issues that I honestly can't even explain if I even knew how. It's just so much external chaos that after a while, just being around certain individuals, it starts to become like an energetic vampire where they just drain your energy unintentionally, subconsciously. They just, they're suffering and trying to be a person that can help them, or at least be the observer of their reality also in the same household can be stressful sometimes for those that I would always be able to grateful to talk about this, because this is something that like I said, I've been kind of in a rut when it comes to my creative intuitive spirit, if that's the way to put it. As a person that would create art a lot, I would for example, I'm a person a year ago. So about a year ago at this time, I remember being a lot more intuitive and just really making a lot of art in one day, or if not in a week, and just being truly just having all this energy and power towards it. And right now, I can totally say I'm the complete opposite. The fact that I'm not making anything. It's hard for me to focus on a sketch, let alone a design, unless it's for something it's a project that I'm working on, like a commission or something. Some most recent stuff I've done were for these beer designs for this local brewery that I live by, and unfortunately, besides that, I just have not been creating anything, and I do so in stages, but it really does kind of feel like I've lost everything I've learned, because the minute I go to pick up my pencil, even the way I hold my pencil kind of just doesn't feel authentic and intuitive, and it's a weird struggle that I can say I have not had in a couple years. As a person that would make a lot of art, like I said, I think this started happening around August or September, around October. Unfortunately, I had some family pass recently around November, so I think ever since then, it's been trying to take a break, but yet still be consistent, because I've noticed I kind of overwork myself, and now it kind of does feel that maybe I burnt myself out. Something going on that universe works in mysterious ways, and for me, instead of forcing art and trying to be something that I am not too clairvoyant on the direction with, is to just take a break. Try to draw, try to still research. As hard as it can be sometimes, I think I felt it this past couple weeks, or this past week, considering my oldest dog, he's like 17 years old, that I was starting to show failures of life. He was just starting to get old, just showing the signs of it, and we still don't know exactly what it was, but he's doing a lot better now. Got some medication that we're microdosing him, but at the end of the day, his time's coming, and I'm grateful to be able to be there for him and just care for him. And a lot of that, and especially how my parents are taking it, primarily my father, he is a trip in a bittersweet way, let's say that. As of right now, it's the tension in the air that is causing so much distress in me. And yeah, an energetic vampire. They just don't know it. They just it's okay. This is where meditation and these kind of me talking about this is very crucial to healing myself. At this point, I've realized that I'm a very sensitive person when it comes to energy, and when people around people, like, I'm just a very sensitive to energy. So, for example, my father, he's just very, I would say, what's the word? Not egotistical, but just he doesn't know how to. I wish I could tell you these exact traits and his signs for his astrology, but I just know he's a Scorpio. So for those that know that, you get an idea. But just doesn't know how to admit he's wrong. Doesn't know how to listen to others. Anyways, I've realized that there's a lot of stress going on, and all I can do is just be there, be the light in the situation, as hard as it is. Doing little practices like meditation, stretches, little workouts, things to help stimulate the mind and body, to not keep all this energy inside, to release it. And I'm trying my best, and I'm grateful that I think my mother is starting to understand what I'm saying. And it sucks because that most of the stuff that I try to preach, it's so, in essence, not easy for even myself. Alright, so at the end of the day, life has a lot of troubles, and we all have them. I'm one that's dealing with them also, and not letting them overwhelm me as overwhelmingly it feels. As a person that used to have a lot of anxiety in high school, in school, I was that kid in class that even right now as I'm speaking, you may notice that I'm kind of a quiet speaker. And it's not all the time. I just don't know how to project loudly unless it's needed. But even then, I was just never a very loud speaker. Although I have stuff to say, I would even mention that, as kids are, traumatic events occur, and I think my reason is just being a kid. I was shunned upon, I guess, to speak out and be my authentic self. I remember being a kid a lot and being scolded by my parents, primarily my father, that you know how kids are, they just do goofy things. I don't remember doing anything too aggressive or out of the ordinary, but just the things that he would mention and say subconsciously stuck in me. And I've noticed this through going through a meditation and kind of like having a self-realization of like, why am I this way? Why can't I speak up? Why is it that I'm so quiet and to myself? And after a while, I came across a flashback of like when I was a kid, and every time I would do something that he didn't please of, he would just say the most traumatic verbal language that you could imagine, to where I remember being a kid and telling myself, if they don't respect who my authentic self is, then nobody or they don't deserve to see it or have it, because every time I would be my true authentic self was when I was just making people laugh and just making my sister laugh and doing funny things, or even if it was just something I was doing wrong, what he would say towards it was just projecting like an energy vampire. And I notice he still kind of does it now and then. I can't judge him. I mean, I can't. I just can only imagine how he was when he grew up, and just trying to be the bigger person and overview the situation. As how many people, their they are who they are because of what they've experienced in life. And I don't know exactly what he experienced when he was a kid or teenager or such, although I can just respect and kind of just forgive, you know. But although I've learned that, and this is why I'm doing this video, is to strengthen that part of me that was told to be shut up on, because in essence, he would say, I look like a fool. Look at everyone. They're looking at you. You look at, you're making us all look like a fool. Stop it. You're like, little things like, big things like that. And I remember being a kid, and after a while, I remember saying that in my head. I'm like, if he can't, or my parents can't respect me, or appreciate me, and scold me for just being that way, then why should I be that way towards them? And ever since, I've always been just very quiet and to myself, you know. And I could tell in my voice right now when I'm speaking, I don't like to talk to them about things, or for a while it was that way. Now it's changing, but for so long in high school, middle school, in high school and middle school, it was just a battle of like not being able to be my true authentic self to them. And it's understandable. I think all teenagers experience that, but like not really connecting to them, you know, because we all as teenagers have something to lie about when we're sneaking out, or, you know, smoking pot or whatever, you know, little things like that. It's understandable. But I just did not want to open up at all, because now I'm understanding is because I was, unfortunately, I told myself these things, and like, as in I don't ever want to feel that way when I'm scolded, so they don't deserve to listen to me or hear me being funny or whatever I would do, because at the end of the day I would just get scolded, and I was tired of it. And that's why I think, that's why it is the way I am, and I can't judge and feel bad. All I can do is forgive and grow and acknowledge that I do have a voice. You know, it may be shut off from myself and externally, but, you know, something I could just rework on, because I feel like I have a lot to share. It may not be a lot, but for those on the same page or the same agenda as me, something you just want to listen to, kind of connect to when it comes to a person's life. You know, I guess everyone has their own story, and it is a movie in a way, and we are all our own actors in it, in a sense. So that's pretty cool. But at the end of the day, you know, all I can do is just be grateful, be happy, be joyful, and not let these external things cripple me internally. But much love, guys, for listening. I think I'm gonna go let this dog out. He keeps walking around in circles. But like, subscribe, comment. I would appreciate it if you like these kind of videos. I expect to do more of these in the future. So if you like these, you know, stay tuned. But I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace, and stay warm.